for a miracle to happen, two things are inevitably effective: instruction and obedience. Check the scriptures. Every miracle that happened had an instruction, something that the person had to do as a cause of obeying the Spirit for which he sought help from. Because why they want you to do something, it's not that God cannot do it without you doing something. Because somebody will say, must I do something for God to do something? No. The plan of God is not for you to do something. God is sovereign. But it is in that thing that you are doing that God can own you. Because if God does not make you accept his ways, accept his will, it will be impossible for God to establish that will through you. So God will ensure that you are given an assignment, an instruction that will capture, while you break you away from your norm. That's why, have you noticed that every instruction of God does not make sense? Fill the pot with water. And if you follow the history of that miracle, you will know that that pot that Jesus asked them to fill with water was not a water pot. It was not a drinking water pot. It was a pot that they used to keep by the door. And that was where they wash hands and feet. Because it was a Jewish tradition that before you enter into any place, you have to wash. Remember, that's what our cousins are still doing. Washing hands and feet. And they claim to be clean. Yeah? That's how the Jew felt clean. Wash your hand, wash your legs. It was that pot that Jesus said, fill it up with water. And that's layer one. Let's assume that at least it was a pot. So they were able to capture it and say, okay, well, maybe he's going to do something, and they filled it. Jesus now said, fetch it to the governor of the feast. The Bible, see, that's why when they say Jesus turned water into wine, I say it didn't turn. It's not in the Bible. There is no place that the Bible captures Jesus turned water into wine. It didn't happen. Because what Jesus asked them to fetch was not wine. What he asked them to fetch was water. Fetch the water. Take it to the governor of the feast. And the Bible says the servants, they took the water and took it to the governor of the feast. And the Bible says when the governor of the feast drank of the water, he now exclaimed, how could you people keep this? So in the taste bud of the governor of the feast, what was water tasted wine. Okay. Let's not journey there. We'll drag too far. Let's come back to where I'm going to. But the Bible says, for the governor of the feast knew not where that thing came from, what he drank, but the servant knew. They knew that what they fetched was water. It wasn't wine. So they were like, they didn't, but they had to obey. It did not make sense, because it is that in that obedience that you are changed into his image. It is in that obedience that you are broken from the you